Football is a game of passion, skill, and glory, but what happens when some of the biggest stars cross the line into crime? From World Cup winners to Premier League legends, these footballers went from scoring goals to serving time behind bars. In today's video, we uncover the shocking stories of 7 footballers who went to jail. Some for fraud, some for violence, and one for a crime so horrifying it shook the entire football world. Stay tuned as we reveal the dark side of football that most fans never see. Number 1. Adam Johnson. Adam Johnson was once considered one of England's most promising wingers. With his quick feet, precise crosses, and ability to beat defenders, he rose through the ranks at Middlesbrough before securing a high-profile move to Manchester City in 2010. Later, he became a key player for Sunderland and even earned 12 caps for the England national team. For a time, it seemed Johnson was destined for a long and successful career at the highest level. However, in 2016, his life took a dark and irreversible turn. Johnson was arrested and charged with sexual activity with a 15-year-old girl, a crime that sent shockwaves through English football. Investigations revealed that he had exchanged inappropriate messages with the underage victim before engaging in sexual acts with her. Initially, Johnson denied the allegations, but as evidence mounted, he eventually pleaded guilty to some charges while continuing to deny others. The court case was highly publicized, with graphic details emerging about his predatory behavior. In the end, Johnson was sentenced to 6 years in prison, a punishment that effectively ended his football career. Sunderland immediately terminated his contract, and the public backlash was severe. After serving 3 years, he was released on parole in 2019, but his reputation was beyond repair. Today, Johnson remains a cautionary tale, a player who threw away his career and freedom for a moment of criminal recklessness. Number 2. Bruno Fernandes de Souza. Bruno Fernandes de Souza, known simply as Bruno, was once one of Brazil's most promising goalkeepers. Rising through the ranks at Flamengo, he became the team's first-choice keeper and even captained the side during their 2009 Brazilian Serie A title-winning campaign. His performances earned him comparisons to legendary Brazilian goalkeepers, and at just 25, he seemed destined for a move to Europe. But in 2010, Bruno's life spiraled into infamy when he was arrested for the brutal murder of his ex-girlfriend, Elisa Samudio, who was also the mother of his child. The case horrified Brazil, with testimonies revealing that Bruno had orchestrated her killing to avoid paying child support. Reports claimed that Elisa was tortured, strangled, and dismembered, with her remains allegedly fed to dogs. The sheer brutality of the crime made it one of the most shocking scandals in football history. After a lengthy trial, Bruno was sentenced to 22 years in prison in 2013. However, due to Brazil's complex legal system, he was released on a technicality in 2017, only to be re-arrested in 2019 for violating parole conditions. Despite brief attempts to revive his career in lower league football, no club would touch him. His name is now synonymous with one of the darkest crimes ever committed by a professional athlete. Number 3. Joey Barton. Joey Barton's career was defined as much by his aggressive playing style as by his numerous off-field controversies. A tenacious midfielder, Barton played for Manchester City, Newcastle United, and Queen's Park Rangers, earning a reputation as a hard-tackling, no-nonsense player. He even received 1 cap for England in 2007. However, his temper often got the better of him, both on and off the pitch. Barton's first major brush with the law came in 2008 when he was sentenced to 6 months in prison for assault in a fray following a drunken brawl in Liverpool. CCTV footage showed him attacking a man, leaving him with severe facial injuries. While Barton served only 77 days of his sentence, the incident marked the beginning of a long pattern of violent behavior. Even after returning to football, Barton's troubles continued. In 2021, he was convicted of assaulting his wife during a domestic dispute and received a suspended sentence. His career as a manager has also been marred by controversy, including public feuds with other coaches and bizarre social media rants. While Barton remains a polarizing figure, his repeated legal issues have overshadowed his footballing achievements. Number 4. Tony Adams. Tony Adams is an Arsenal icon, a one-club man who captained the Gunners for over a decade and won multiple league titles under Arsene Wenger. With 66 caps for England, he was one of the most respected defenders of his generation. Yet, behind the scenes, Adams was battling a crippling alcohol addiction that nearly destroyed his life. In 1990, Adams's struggles came to a head when he was jailed for 4 months after crashing his car while driving drunk. The incident was a wake-up call, forcing him to confront his alcoholism. After his release, he sought rehabilitation and eventually turned his life around, becoming an advocate for sobriety. Adams' redemption story is one of football's most inspiring. Not only did he return to lead Arsenal to further glory, but he also became a manager and founded the Sporting Chance Clinic, a charity helping athletes with addiction issues. His journey from prison to redemption proves that even the darkest moments can lead to positive change. Number 5. Marlon King. Marlon King was a powerful striker who played for several English clubs, including Watford, Wigan Athletic, and Birmingham City, as well as earning international caps for Jamaica. Known for his physicality and goal-scoring ability, King had the potential to be a Premier League mainstay. However, his career was repeatedly derailed by criminal behavior, making him one of the most controversial figures in English football. King's legal troubles began early. In 2002, he was convicted of receiving stolen goods after being caught with a stolen Mercedes. While this incident did not end his career, it was a warning sign of things to come. His most serious offense occurred in 2008 when he was convicted of sexual assault and actual bodily harm after attacking a woman in a London nightclub. The victim claimed King had groped her and, when she resisted, punched her in the face, breaking her nose. The judge condemned his actions as drunken, arrogant, and violent, sentencing him to 18 months in prison. Despite serving time, King returned to football, signing with Coventry City upon his release. However, his reputation followed him, and many fans and pundits questioned whether he deserved a second chance. His career continued to be plagued by controversy, including another arrest in 2014 for dangerous driving. By the time he retired in 2015, King's legacy was defined more by his crimes than his footballing achievements. Number 6. Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho is one of the greatest footballers of all time, a World Cup winner, Ballon d'Or recipient, and Champions League champion, whose dazzling skills brought joy to fans worldwide. After retiring, he remained a beloved figure, making appearances at charity matches and football events. However, in 2020, the Brazilian icon made headlines for all the wrong reasons when he was arrested in Paraguay for using a fake passport. The bizarre incident began when Ronaldinho and his brother arrived in Paraguay for a charity event. Authorities discovered they were traveling with altered Paraguayan passports, leading to their arrest. The two spent 32 days in prison before being moved to house arrest. During his time behind bars, Ronaldinho reportedly played in a prison football tournament, scoring 5 goals in a 6-3 victory. While the charges were eventually reduced to a $200,000 fine, the incident tarnished Ronaldinho's post-retirement image. Some speculated that he had been tricked into using the fake documents, while others saw it as a careless mistake by a man accustomed to a life without restrictions. Either way, it was a strange and unfortunate chapter in the life of a football legend. Number 7. Jermaine Pennant. Jermaine Pennant was once one of England's most exciting young wingers, bursting onto the scene with Arsenal before making a name for himself at Birmingham City and Liverpool. His talent was undeniable. He famously scored a hat-trick on his Premier League debut, but his career was repeatedly hampered by off-field issues, including a prison sentence for drink driving. Pennant's troubles reached a tipping point in 2005 when he crashed his Mercedes into a lamppost while driving drunk. What made the situation worse was that he was already serving a 16-month driving ban at the time. The court handed him a 3-month prison sentence, making him one of the few active Premier League players to be jailed mid-career. Remarkably, Birmingham City stood by him, allowing him to return to the team after his release. Pennant later rebuilt his career with spells at Liverpool, Stoke City, and even La Liga Zaragoza. However, his early promise was never fully realized, and his story remains a cautionary tale about wasted potential. And there you have it, 7 footballers whose careers were overshadowed by crime. Some of them tried to rebuild their lives, while others lost everything. These stories are a reminder that no amount of fame or talent can keep you above the law. What do you think about these cases? Were you shocked by any of them? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more football stories that go beyond the pitch. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.